0, 1.
Let's get started.
6, 5. It's probably 5.
Five, yeah, I think it's 5.
This one's 5. What is
Yes, sir,
on
Ski.
the menu today?
On the menu today is crypto.
Yep, everybody's favorite real life currency, guys. It's real. I'm not trying to start any beef, but yeah, man, crypto. If you know technology, you know about crypto. Ever since biggest coin at the time was Bitcoin.
Uh-huh.
Damn. I remember when niggas was mining that shit the first time. I was like, y'all really mining for nothing. And now you look at Bitcoin and it's like one Bitcoin's almost $100,000, and you're like, that's what I get for hating.
Right.
This the thanks I get for hating, bro.
Yeah.
But now on a more serious note, what are your thoughts on crypto as a whole in the tech world?
It's an interesting question. I'm very pro crypto, I would say. I'm very pro crypto, but also I feel like right now is a pretty tricky time. Pretty tricky time right now because this might be like a make or break moment for crypto, because I feel like there's like a lot more adoption going on right now. You know, everybody's like super aware of it. It's like it used to be that thing that was more like a dark web sort of thing, or like a super like, tech bro, underground, Gotham City type currency. You know what I'm saying?
But no.
Exactly. Like super cryptic, behind the scenes type stuff. But now I feel like the adoption is a lot more. There's a lot of eyes on it, for sure. And then like, I mean, obviously like the presidency's been talking a lot about crypto as well, because they're talking about doing a Bitcoin reserve, basically, well, a crypto reserve generally, not just Bitcoin. Actually, the presidency or the presidential administration is saying that they want to have a crypto reserve in a lot of like made in America coins, so like XRP, Solana, and all the others. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes, because I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to be like pessimistic about it, but I feel like there's some things that like thrive when they're like the underdog. You get what I mean? Yeah. So now if crypto becomes the main currency and like kind of like topples the dollar, then will it be a situation where we start to experience all the same things that we had with the dollar happening to crypto, which kind of defeats the purpose?
Exactly.
You get what I mean?
And that's why I'm on the opposite of your side. I'm not pro crypto. And
yeah?
It's coming from hate, low key. I was a dumbass. I spent money.
Because you missed out?
Not even just that I missed out. I put money into these little coins, and I'd make a bunch, right? And be like, damn, I'm rich. And then, like that coin drops to 0. I'm out 150.
Yo!
$300. And I'm just like,
yo!
I really hate you.
Bro, them meme coins and them freaking shit coins, bro.
And I really be thinking, like, when I first like started getting into crypto, it was the era of like, what were those things? You know those monkeys, the monkey face things,
the NFTs.
NFTs, bro.
Yeah, that was a whole pandemic inside of the pandemic.
That was actually, because what was any
bro, the NFTs, bro. The monkeys, there was like 2,000 different versions of that freaking
monkey. Niggas was calling it It's your own art. Once you buy it, you claim the only version of this. Meanwhile, niggas is on Twitter just like, what if I just take a picture of it? Then it's mine, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, he's hella right. He's actually right. I could just come up, screenshot that bitch, and it's mine now. What you gonna do? Like, and then you see niggas fighting in Twitter talking about like, no, you own the only original copy, and it's just like, does he? And niggas was really spending thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on these little dumbass monkey things. And that's what really started my disdain for crypto was that stuff. And then just like, if you really think about it, and that shit we're talking about is a scary thought to think about, because if crypto comes anywhere near becoming like the new currency, like the dollar, we're done. We're done as a fucking society. Because at least the dollar you can touch. Credit is like the one thing. It's like, okay, you don't physically have it, but it still relates to the dollar. Like, you can take it and get some kind of dollar out of it, which is what crypto is essentially. And look at how bad credit can be when left in the wrong hands. So if you start just giving it out, imagine if credit was the only thing, the only source of money. Like, you could have unlimited money for the most part, but you're going to have to pay it back eventually. That's how I feel crypto's going to be, in the sense of, if it's not tangible, like, put it in this perspective. You got $20. I don't know how many niggas are smoking weed anymore, but only niggas that smoke weed or do anything with, like, cash flow carry cash. So you get $20. You'd be like, I'll hold on to that $20 for damn near 3 months before I spend it. But if I have $150 in my bank account, I swipe my card 5 times.
Yeah.
Or I go online shopping. I put my Amazon card. I click that. It don't hurt. You don't feel it. Which is what I feel is the same shit with crypto. It's not real. Like, in the essence of itself, it is not real. And
that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Because, like, and that's why I said that, like, this is like a very critical moment for crypto. I feel like this is a make or break era for cryptocurrency, right? Because, like I said, it's been like a back of the house, like, underground type stuff for the longest time, where there's like a lot of people that have been on the outside looking in, and they're seeing a lot of people making money, right? And then now this is the moment where, like, a lot more people are getting into it, right? And now it's like, some people are like, oh, like, now I got into it, I'm not making money. You get what I mean? Like what you were saying about, like, you know, like buying some of them meme coins, and then next day it drops, right? So I think that's the thing, because, like, crypto is real, but not all of them are real. You know what I mean? And that's what separates the stable coins from the meme coins from the shit coins.
And that's the thing. I guess I would be more comfortable allowing it if there was a centralized coin. But the minute but that's the thing about crypto, you can't do that. Because if there's only one coin, there's no chance for growth. There's no chance you're the only one in your market. So whereas every other currency in the world, you have the dollar to match against the yen. You have the won to match against the yen, to match against the euro, to match against the dollar. Everybody has their own currencies, but they have something to, like, bounce off of. Crypto, there's nothing to bounce off of other than the dollar. And if that currency takes over the dollar, what are you matching it to? It could realistically go to infinity, and then when you lose value in the dollar, anarchy.
Right.
It's like that's you don't want that. So that's my thing with that. I'm thinking, like, it could get real bad real fucking fast. And I'm just salty as fuck, because, like, these shit really got the best of me.
I can tell.
Bro,
I can tell.
Yeah. I was a broke ass college working at a fucking bookstore. I made $300 something on my paycheck. I put $150 into a shit coin. I got $200 back. I was like, I'm rich, bitch. And then I fucking come back the next day. You're down $75. You lost $75.
Yep.
I'm just like,
it's not your money till you fucking withdraw that shit.
And I'm
literally till you withdraw that shit It's not your money.
And these niggas know what they're doing. Like Robinhood, Coinbase, they know what they're doing. Like, so there's a 48-hour hold on your money. Until then, you can't pull any of it out. And I'm just like, why? Because you niggas know this shit is gonna crash.
Yeah, they understand the volatility. It's a very volatile.
But they make money
market.
Regardless. Because they got the fees that you got to put into the coin. They got the fees for taking shit out of the coin. They got shits for running the coin. They got fees.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, they could care less. You niggas could be trading shit on the fucking market. And they're like, okay,
right.
I'm going to charge you $25 to give this random piece of shit to this other nigga. And if that nigga wants to take the shit out, you going to give me some money. Regardless of the value of what's being traded, these companies are making mad money off just regular people. And these big businesses putting all this money into the coin to flush it up to make it look pretty. So that niggas like me will look, damn, this shit's growing. Let me put some money into it. They already got my fees. They got my money. I lost. Even if I win, I lost. And I'm just like, damn. So that's why, as a whole, I'm just thinking to myself, man, fuck crypto. But
yeah,
I don't think I should count it out altogether. Because like you're right. I don't want to be a pessimist, but I guess personal opinion, personal preference, fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm mad as hell.
Yeah, I do feel that way sometimes. Because, like, here's the thing, though. Here's my thing, though. Like, what does anything even have value? Nothing has value. The value it has is as much value as we say it does, right?
True.
I mean, think about it. The dollar. What is the dollar? It's just a freaking piece of paper, man. Like, it's just paper. True. And they just print more paper.
True.
Right? Whatever they want. You know, what's the freaking federal debt right now of the U.S.?
We had trillions.
That's it, trillions of dollars. And then they just, whenever they want, they print more money, and it causes more inflation because there's no actual property that is tied to the money they're printing.
Yep.
Right? So it just brings in more dollars into the market in circulation, and there's more people that are spending money but not actually producing money, right? But we're not actually producing like any like actual output. Like they don't have like a business, or they're not manufacturing stuff or selling products. There's just more money that's being pumped into the system, and it's people spending money, which is what you saw happen like during COVID, right? People was just cashing out these stimmies, right? And just spending a ton of money with no actual income or no actual like proof of funds or a business or like a actual like real product that backs up the money they're spending, right? And that's part of why we have what we have right now in 2025 with like level of inflation.
Eggs.
Exactly.
Like...
It's all like a, what's it called? It's like a
it's like a I know what you're.
How do you say it? Like a butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Type thing, like a ripple effect. That's why we're here today, and that's why like the good thing with crypto, right? And which is like back to what I said about like what separates the stable coins from the meme coins from the shit coins, right? The stable coins are stable because they have something to back them up, right? Like with Bitcoin, for example, there's something called proof of funds or proof of work. So proof of work backs up every single Bitcoin that is mined, right? Because what happens is that like the blockchain is basically like a very huge, complex network of supercomputers. Because to be able to mine a Bitcoin, you need a supercomputer. So what happens is that like the blockchain is like, oh, okay, all you different miners, all you different supercomputers, you want to get a Bitcoin, right? Okay, I have this hash, which is basically like a number. I have this secret number. All of y'all need to run a complex computation, and whoever comes up with this number first, you get to mine the Bitcoin, right? So with that is what backs up the coin. So it's not, technically it seems like it's being produced out of thin air, but it's really not. You need like a lot of like computing power for that stuff, and like a lot of GPUs, data centers, and all that stuff, which is exactly why NVIDIA is so valuable right now, because there's a lot of people trying to mine crypto. There's a lot of people trying to train AI all that stuff. You need computers. You need
I was about to say
GPUs and stuff.
I was about to say that's another thing I'm afraid of. If crypto becomes a main currency, how is AI going to play into this? Because depending on how powerful the AI is, you could just have the AI mine the shit for you, given the processing power of your computer. But like most of these companies have billions, trillions of dollars worth of resources. They'll buy all this shit, and then we got what? A monopoly of crypto.
That's exactly what I was trying to say in the beginning, because it feels like now it's becoming so popular, and that's why you have companies like there's this company it's called MicroStrategy. Their CEO is Michael Saylor or something like that. In the past year, they've bought like maybe close to like 20, I could be wrong, but like maybe 20 to 50 billion of Bitcoin. Just them by themselves as a company. And you have many of these other big whales buying up a ton of Bitcoin. You get what I mean? And now with everything that Trump's been announcing, it's like the whole United States government they got their eyes peeled on crypto as well. So basically all the big whales or all the big dogs are getting into this thing, right? And you know how that goes, right? So if it's just gonna be like gold all over again, or it's just gonna be like the dollar all over again. That's kind of like my fear, because the whole idea of crypto was supposed to be for it to be a decentralized currency that wasn't controlled by anyone, wasn't owned by anyone, didn't have as much regulations. It was anonymous. You can see the transactions going on online, but there's not a name tied to it. So there's like a big level of anonymity, right? And like the speed of the transactions and all that stuff, and like basically how it's accessible anywhere. You know what I mean? Like you can send crypto to anybody, anywhere in the world. You don't need some kind of regulations trying to tell you, oh, you can't send this amount, or that this is your limit, and all that kind of stuff that you have like with regular money with the banks, right? But now with everybody kind of like flooding into the space, it's like it might just be the same thing happening all over again, because like now they're talking about regulations, they're talking about all this stuff, like.
And it's like what you said, with us being in trillions of dollars worth of debt, the value of the dollar is shooting. If I were the U.S. government, man, I'd be looking for a way out of the dollar. What's the nearest thing out of the dollar? Oh, look at that. Crypto's right there.
Mm-hmm.
So now if I put this whole bunch of value, if I back the crypto with the dollar that's becoming useless to the point where crypto becomes just as valuable as the dollar, we can fizzle out that dollar and, oh, look at that. All of our debt is gone. We reset the thing. Everybody's just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. When in reality, they were just looking for a way to throw all that shit away, basically devalue the dollar, and now we've got a new form of currency. And it's like, that's a scary thing to think about, because if the entire world goes off some shit off a centralized currency like that, I see wars being fought for shit like this. And it's not even like wars of like niggas dying. It's like advancements in technology. The CIA is going to become the biggest government funded organization ever, because they're going to be trying to hack these niggas who are going to try and hack these niggas who are going to try to get the most currency. Therefore, they have the most value. And if they have the most value, I want to put a tariff on your things. I want to make sure you can't take my stuff. I'm going to make sure you can't do this. And then what's stopping niggas from doing that? Because if you have the most of this, it was like gold. If you had the most gold, who going to say shit to you? You say what goes. And like, that's a scary thought. And I'm like, and with AI and everything evolving, and with the technology evolving as a whole, like, you really can't stop anything like that from happening.
Right, because it's like you might start it, but you don't know
where it's going to end.
How far it's going to go.
Ever.
You know what I mean? You don't know how far it's going to go. And that's part of the thing with crypto too, because it's like, you saw like Trump dropped his own meme coin, and then not too long after, Melanie dropped her own meme coin, and I feel like that also kind of led to this whole explosion of basically shit coins that happened in like the last month or two, right?
Yep.
Where basically like you said, you have all these coins where it's like they can't even maintain a significant market cap for 24 hours, bro. Like we're talking 2 hours, it shoots up and straight rug. Like, you get what I mean?
Pull that shit out.
Because like a lot of these shit coins, they have no value tied to them. There's no one actually mining them. A lot of them, they're built based on the network of a stable coin, right? So like there's a lot of meme coins that are based on like Bitcoin because Bitcoin has an actual network already. Or like Solana, because Solana is open source and it's like an American-made coin, like the origin, like the developers are American, right? So they made their stuff open source, and then there's a lot of people like based on that network that have been making a lot of meme coins. So like the past 1 month, there was like a butt coin, there was a fart coin, a fart daddy, there was a make crypto great again meme coin, there was a freaking all of us are gonna make it coin. It's like it's just a whole shit show, like a freaking crypto casino.
We're like adults here, and look at this. We're playing with money like we got dolls in a dollhouse. It's like we're on Monopoly, paper money for all of us, and it's like, wow.
Right. And that's the thing, is like what we were saying, like you start some shit, but you don't know where how far it's gonna go. You don't know how, because like there's a lot of people that are like getting into the space, they don't understand anything about how it works. Like even freaking Tekashi 69, he launched a meme coin. I think it was called, he named it after his pet or some shit. Damn, rugged everybody in a day. Freaking Hawk Tua.
I was about to tell you that Hawk Tua motherfucker. She yoink, and
right.
And everybody's she off the face of the planet. She made almost $1 million.
Right, and it's like, and technically you would think that they could be sued, but like now, the SEC is saying that technically those coins are not a financial security.
You and before you trade, I think Robinhood, Coinbase, all these companies are like there's like a disclaimer. Know that once you start trading, this is not real, and if you lose money, we are not liable.
Yep. Hands off. Like,
which is why
you have sole liability.
Yeah, literally. That's why I never, and I was coming for somebody who lost money, and I stopped in 2022. This is why I don't feel bad for people getting rug pulled, because if you're gonna invest in a Bitcoin, you are you're not the smartest. I was gonna say a different word, but you're not the smartest tool in the shed. Cause like you're putting your hard-earned money to support somebody who's probably already rich to think you're gonna get rich in a day. No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to tell you this. You working at McDonald's today, you gonna work at McDonald's tomorrow. That isn't to say you aren't gonna be rich in 20 years. I'm not hating on you like that. You could be next Bill Gates for all I know. But all I'm saying is, if you make $1 million in the next day legally, just know there's some kind of karma coming for you, bro. A bus might come out of nowhere. Boom. Done. Because that level of financial gain cannot be, 1, ethical, and 2, probable. No.
Yeah, because you see some of these coins, they're getting like 10,000% gain in a couple hours.
Does that seem realistic at all? Like, no investment should yield that kind of growth in an hour. Imagine just putting stocks into shit and like, oh my god, I got sub 50% in an hour. I'm like, what? Well, everybody would do it then. And it's like, if everybody does something, it's not special and it's not
right. And exactly.
So let's be real here. That's one of my favorite lines. It's like, if everybody, it's from The Incredibles. If everybody's super, nobody's super. That's how it is with fucking crypto. If everybody's gonna be rich, nobody's rich. Come on.
That's I was thinking the same thing too. You took the words right out of my mouth. That was like a great way to put it, because Yeah, like we were saying, you know, it's like when it was a underground thing, you know, like a dark web type of thing, and if you know type thing. But now you got motherfuckers out of nowhere. They're just creating meme coins that have no value, and it's like if it ends up becoming the modern day dollar, then
what really
it's the
was
same
it?
all over again.
Exactly. And then just like everything in history, what is to stop another kind of currency to come? Because if you think crypto's the last people are gonna try to make an uncentralized coin or an uncentralized currency, don't be surprised. I know there's so much unearthed in Earth. Somebody's gonna find some random material that's just so abundant, or they're gonna create a material that's so abundant that they put value behind it. That becomes a new currency, because that's really what currency is. It's something in abundance that you can put a value to get goods and services. Crypto will not be the last. And with the advancements in AI and people being able to do a lot more things from right here to out there, crypto is not the last of, at least digital currency anyway, but maybe not currency in general. Because with the way supercomputers are being created and the processing power of these things, it's damn. I wouldn't be surprised if by like 2030, where the dollar is like maybe not obsolete, but you'll be paying for shit with a kind of crypto, a kind of government funded crypto. They're gonna start using it to like EBT. They're gonna have crypto in terms of like EBT, in terms of like welfare, shit like that. Be like, and you ever see the movie? It got Justin Timberlake in it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. In time.
Yeah.
Where the currency literally was time.
Was time?
Yeah.
Tell me that shit didn't blow your fucking mind.
Yeah, that shit blew my fucking mind. It's like if you were running out of time, bro, like you were literally like running out of time, bro.
And think about technology.
You finna die.
Technology is going. That is. We are not. Let me not say we far. Come on now, crypto. We start getting into more value. What's more valuable than human life, nigga?
Bro, that movie was so crazy. It's like you would go up to the grocery store, bro. Like you gotta pay for some eggs and some milk and some bread with time.
Here's 2 weeks. We'll be like, oh, I just got a raise. I just got a month on my paycheck. What? What did you do? And then the rich niggas will be like, I'll put up 50 years when they're betting, and I'm like. He's like, I've been 24 for 40 years. And I'm just like, damn, you got money. And then this nigga I think he had like 3 days left before he was about to die. And then some rich nigga came up and was like, here's all my time. He's like, oh, it's like 100,000 years. And I'm just like, somebody did that to me, I'd be like, Now I'm on the run from niggas because I'm immortal, basically. And it's just like, we not far from that. Because literally, like, the concept of that, what is more valuable than time? Nothing. Dollar is not more valuable than time. You can't buy your way into heaven. You can't buy your way out of death. None of that. And if we start to harness, like, the human body as value, we're done. Like, and that movie was made 12, 13 years ago. It's the scary shit. All these old movies that we don't think about are so prevalent coming into this new day and age of technology that we just put it so far. We're like, that movie ain't. Like we was talking about in one of the last episodes, Real Steel. Our bodies are becoming fragile. We're getting, like, you can't outrun the clock, but you need to keep entertainment values high. Wouldn't be surprised we start putting machines into sporting events and all these different things. And it's like, the way you put value into things and automate things and all these other things, it's just like, it's honestly terrifying. But I ain't no bitch. I think I'm ready for the ride. Basically, I'm strapped in the motherfucking what's that ride? The Space Mountain. I'm strapped in the Space Mountain at Disneyland. It's dark. I can't see shit, but I'm in there. Zoom in. I'm along for the goddamn ride. Cause
me too. Me too. I'm excited.
Fun. I'm very excited.
especially like with crypto, for example, like, you know, like it's like, because definitely like I said, I'm pro crypto, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that I'm naive to the, you know, to the dark side of
Yes.
it, right? Like I'm very well aware of how this shit could go south, right? Which is like a lot of what we've been talking about, right? And like we're gonna see, I don't know, we'll see how it goes, especially like with if they actually do implement the Federal Reserve in cryptocurrency. We're gonna see how that goes. You know, but yeah, I mean, so far, like this was supposed to be like the bull run that everybody was talking about. Like this time of the year was everybody was like, oh, like right now, Bitcoin was supposed to hit like 150,000, and all this stuff. It's not really what we're seeing. Like, you know, like most of like the election period, you know, Bitcoin was kind of hovering around like 95 grand. In the last couple days, it dropped to like 78 grand and then went back up a little bit again. And a lot of it has to do with like some of the uncertainties in the market because of like, you know, all these tariffs and stuff. But I mean, like you said, I'm strapped in. We're gonna see where it goes because like I do believe that there is something promising that could come out of it if it's done right, if it stays true to the original vision, right? Which is that decentralization. We need to move past the banks, right?
Seriously.
We need to move past the banks. We need to move past the credit system as it is right now, because a lot of it is very prejudiced. A lot of it is very archaic the way it is. We need to, some of the regulations that we have right now, as far as like financial systems and stuff, some of them are dumb. There's like way too many monopolies going on. So we need to find a new way to do things, a new way to make money, spend money, exchange money at a faster rate and to anywhere in the world.
Yep.
So Bitcoin and other cryptos, they definitely present the opportunity for that. At the same time, anything that's new is definitely going to be met with some resistance, right? Because like there's people who have made a fortune from the already existing system, right? So they're not going to let you just kind of like take the food out of their mouth, right? So that's I feel like that's part of like the hurdle that crypto is going through right now. So yeah, that's just all part of it. And like, I don't know, if I were to give anybody advice, I would say definitely you got to be careful. If you want to invest, you might want to do more stable coins. This is not financial advice. Do whatever you want to do. But I'm just trying to help y'all niggas out.
He's the kind of tell you, but that's just me though. You know, that's just my opinion. Because if you niggas lose $5 grand, don't come to him. He not gonna fucking help you. He not gonna help you for shit. He gonna say, "Hey, that was my opinion, bro.
This is not financial advice.
If you get robbed, that's your." And I agree with that statement. If you get shit coin, look inward. Don't look at me. Look inward.
Yeah. If you're gonna invest, so the thing is, like, especially with shit coins, right? It's not an investment.
Nope.
Do not take that shit as an investment.
It is
that
gambling.
Is gambling.
It is gambling.
Don't even try to be like, oh, it's trading. Oh, I'm a crypto trader.
Ethical trader.
Nah, bro. You are not a trader. That is gambling. That is literally like you being at the slot machine. Okay. Yep. Like if you are holding a shit coin for, honestly, at this point, if you're holding a shit coin for more than 12 hours, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Pick
like
up a job application. That's what you need to do. If you hold a shit coin for more than 12 hours, go ahead and pick up that nearest job application. I saw Whole Foods is hiring there. Go ahead and get a job. Because you obviously don't have one if you doing that shit.
Right.
Come on, man. Let's be fucking for real right now. Come on.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna swim in those waters, I suggest you go in and you dip as quickly as possible. You might make some bread. Good luck to you. But if you're looking for more like a long-term investment, I think Bitcoin is the most stable there is out there. It's like the OG. I don't think you can really go wrong with Bitcoin. At the same time, you still got to be careful because it's still new. You get what I mean?
Yep.
Like in the grand scheme of things, comparing it to the old system of like, you know, the dollar and the pound and the yen and all these other currencies and the already existing financial system, it is still very new. It is still very volatile, and there's a lot going on right now. So, you know, if you're gonna buy, you buy low, you sell high, you dip. If you're gonna hold it, I mean, I guess you could hold it for long. I don't know. We don't know where it's going. I hope that Bitcoin skyrockets as high as possible, right? But then at the same time, you still got to be careful. I wouldn't advise anyone to like take all their money and put it in Bitcoin. If you are trying to like invest and stuff like that, you definitely want maybe make it like, I don't know, like 20% of your portfolio or whatever, or 30%.
You should only invest what you're willing to lose.
Exactly.
That is the name of the game when it comes to at least coins, aside from Bitcoin. If you're gonna invest, it is gambling. It is gambling, and the only time you can say you're gambling like smart, I guess, is if you invest only what you are willing to lose. So if you go to Vegas, you invest $100, gamble $100, you could win $200. Cool, you're up $100. You could invest, gamble that $200 and lose it all. Well, you were only willing to give up the $100, so you lost the $100 and the $100 you gained. So in actuality, you didn't really lose that much because you
only lost $100.
You only lost $100. But if you start putting in $5,000 and your rent's due next month,
hey, you better be homeless.
Your baby mama is taking you for everything, and you're done. Leave.
Yo,
you're done. Yo. You're done. The court is coming for you. You're done.
Oh, bro. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be smart. Be wise.
One thing you're gonna learn from this episode: be smart. Second thing you're gonna learn: we are not liable if you lose any money. Third thing you're gonna learn: this is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice. Take that with a grain of fucking salt. All right?
Yep.
But on that note, we just reached the end of our episode. Cryptocurrency, y'all. The biggest gamble and the most profitable gamble America or the world will ever see. Just kidding. One of them. You never know what's going to happen in the world.
Yeah, you never know. We'll see, though.
You will find out that information right here.
Right here.
So go ahead and tap in with us. Socials are at the description or some shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's been
link in bio.
Link in bio. Not that link. You freaky asses. Anyway.
What?
Chill. On that note. Pause. I did say it. Hey, that was within 15 seconds.
No diddy.
Oh, God. We're not even going to start on that. If you want to find out about some shit, no. On that note.
We're not going to do that.
That's the end of the episode. It's been real with y'all. We love y'all. It's been a great episode. We're going to catch y'all in the next one.
Yazerski.
Yeah.